Prefacing this by saying this is entirely my opinion, and that you may disagree, although you are the leading cause of this entire issue. Saints Row, a game where you start from nothing to having absolutely everything possible. This game still holds a special place in my heart, but it entirely hurts me deeply. I am a huge fan of the first two games, which is Saints Row 1 and Saints Row 2, and everything onward is, kind of a nightmare. And I still play the first and second to this day, although the Xbox is collecting a ton of dust. There is one major problem. This entire series is going down as a cringe com. The Agents of Mayhem release kind of was a huge slap in the face to Saints Row fans, no matter which one it was, Saints Row 1, 2, 3, 4, Superman onward. Here, take this video, for example, of Saints Row 4.
Mormons didn't live up to the name.
Look, I gotta tell you something. It always drove me crazy that you had exes in every city and were willing to go on a dating show, but not once did you ever give me a shot.
You never asked for one.
I'm asking now.
Then let's make up for lost time.
Alright, Sid, here's the deal.
You need me to ravage you.
Maybe...
Don't worry. I'm fully equipped to pleasure you.
Hey, Pierce.
What's on your mind?
We've had some good times together, haven't we?
Hell yeah. Singing, shooting, running the country.
Want to add casual sex to that list?
I normally don't swing that way, but fuck it, I'm down.
Matt, I've been thinking, we could all be dead soon, so... Shit, I can't believe I'm saying this. You don't have to die a virgin.
Can you call me Nightblade?
Are you fucking serious?
You still want to have a go?
What the hell?
I would be lying if that wasn't in the game. The series definitely has its handful of jokes and quirks, but this is starting to become the major driving force in the series. Instead of starting from a prison escapee and becoming a gang leader of the largest group in Stillwater, you're the president of the damn United States and you fight aliens? How did it even get to this point?
This is a prop.
Something happened in between Saints Row 2 and 3 where the directors writing the story had a few too many Loa Dust hits and thought that making the entire series a joke would be the way to go.
Yes, my friend. I wanted to see the face of the individual who had caused me so much trouble. So far, I find the experience to be underwhelming.
The direction of the first and second was a direct parody of gangbanging and hoes and pimps. Hell, you get a pimp cane that shoots a powerful shotgun blast, and a giant foam finger called the pimp slap where you can brand innocent civilians with a giant bird. This whole concept of just satirizing just crime has been thrown out the window, and honestly, that's what made me get into this, because it was, at the time, Saints Row was competing with GTA. You see what I mean? Like it was crime, but satire with a ton of shit that you could do. Now, comedy is being forced down your throat with shock value and sex. One entire mission includes you having someone in a BDSM club driven in a chariot pulled by the ball gag in their mouth. Also, did I mention that their voice is the same as the over-the-top T-Pain? You probably already knew this, because he's one of the main characters for the rest of the game in Saints Row 3. Oh, and why not throw in a Tron level while we're at it? Because, you know, that makes sense in a satire crime simulator. The story was serious, no matter how ridiculous it was. Losing Carlos in the second game actually made you feel somewhat bad, and the scene where Aisha is killed is also a pretty memorable moment in the entire Saints Row storyline. God forbid they even remember whose Dex is in Volition. I don't even know if he even exists anymore. The third wasn't bad, per se, but it definitely didn't have any replay value, in my opinion. Once you complete the storyline, you aren't left with much of anything. It gets even worse with the fourth game in the series. The whole city has little to no detail, and it appears as if they're just going through the second era of the Industrial Revolution. The bright and detailed environment is replaced with a dark and rundown, boxy area-like aspect, and the hidden details in Saints Row 2 were almost completely endless. In this one, they are nowhere to be found. This was entirely designed around being Superman. When you feel like you've explored it all, you still find something else you need to do in Saints Row 2. There is so many tiny little details and nooks and crannies and little tiny jokes that aren't shoved down your throat. There's even an entire underground mall hidden in plain sight that you technically don't even need to explore in Saints Row 2, but it's there, it's found, it's detailed, it even has its own custom costume shop. And when I first found this, it blew my mind that this was just in this game. It absolutely stomped on GTA 4 at the time that this was released. People still see GTA 4 as one of the minor games of the series, and I still enjoyed that. And it's because of the detail. It was so much work, and it was just so much progress between Saints Row 1 and 2. They did such a fantastic job. I don't know what happened in between the third. The third's fine. It's an okay game. It's fun. But it's just so corny. It is so corny. And the fourth one is just a nightmare. I hated that game. I could not finish it. If someone came to my place and I was flying around in a bikini as some buff dude, I'm not saying that's the wrong, that's bad, but when I tell them that this is a game about gang banging, and they're stepping on aliens, that's just, they laugh at me. They're like, no, man, this is Superman. I'm like, no, it's not. It seems like there's a new Saints Row in development, with Volition digging up the past source code for Saints Row 2, and them talking about it on their Twitter, and I think they're also hiring for it. And I hope they do something way less over the top with the fifth one, because you even went to hell in Saints Row 4. Why? What was the point? The selling point was you're getting Gat out of hell? What about Dex? Is Dex in hell? Is he in limbo? Can we go to limbo in the fifth one? I don't know. I know I'm not in the minority with this opinion, and honestly, I hope they fix this. I honestly, people have been commenting on videos, talking about this, explaining this, and their opinions on this, and this is something I strongly stand by. And if Saints Row 5 is anything like Agents of Mayhem or Saints Row 4, I'm not buying it. I am absolutely staying away from that game and letting it rot in whatever abandoned GameStop there is. Okay, I think I got my vent over. Thank you for watching. I'll be releasing more videos in the future. Sorry I've been so distant for the past, I don't know, 6 years on my YouTube channel. But if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe and follow, blah yada yada. You already know.